time not so long ago, actually less than a decade ago, that your favorite team desperately needed one very specific skill set above all others, then went and got it. Good morning to you. Good Tuesday morning. I'm Dejan Kovacevic of DK Pittsburgh Sports. This is Daily Shot of Penguins. It comes your way bright and early every weekday if you're into football and or baseball. I also offer daily shots of Steelers and Pirates in the same place that you found this. It doesn't take much imagination to know that I was recalling the James Neal for Patrick Hornqvist trade that changed the franchise. And it did that, believe it or not, before it led to 2 straight Stanley Cups, before Hornqvist was the author of the late third period winning goal in the second of those cups. Because the playoff series that preceded that trade and preceded the hiring of the great Jim Rutherford as general manager saw the Penguins face a Boston team that kept them so far to the perimeter of the rink that they might as well have been on the wrong side of the boards. That's how bad that was. 4 games, swept out, not even a whiff of the Bruins slot area, much less scoring. And this, you might also recall, was the team that had Jerome Iginla added at the end and was supposed to be just unbeatable, and the Bruins had no issue stopping the Penguins because they were able to fill the middle of the rink and became impenetrable there. So what Rutherford did, smartly, was go find someone who could penetrate the impenetrable. Someone with not just the physical abilities to do it, but with the will, with the fire. That, of course, was number 72, who ended up, by the way, in that alleged skill for grit trade, outscoring Neal over the remainder of their respective careers. Why? You know why. You watched him. And you've also watched this recent set of Pittsburgh teams not do anything of the kind. In fact, since Hornqvist's been gone, there hasn't been anyone even remotely close to replacing him or even making you forget about him for a single shift. This episode is brought to you by Bet Online, your number one source for all your summer sports needs this season, from Major League Baseball, golf, NHL, NBA playoffs. Get the latest odds and lines, including all team matchups, player props, odds on just about everything that's out there. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to get in on the action. Bet Online, where the game starts. And no, I'm not here to invest a third consecutive episode in Rutger McGroarty's greatness. But I am here to say that with McGroarty in tow, and with Drew O'Connor already here, the Penguins now have not one, but 2 guys who will at least cut a straight path to the net. I'm not going to repeat this, not intending to liken either of them to Hornqvist. Hornqvist did things very differently. Hornqvist would just go to the net and live there. He'd take his beating and he would demand that his teammates get him the puck. Both McGroarty and O'Connor are way more likely to just find a way to bulldoze there themselves. And by that I mean with possession, which is it's just another thing entirely. But it achieves the same result. It's another hot knife through butter. It's another disruption to any team's defending, especially when that defending prioritizes, as most teams do, keeping pucks and bodies out of the middle of their defensive zone. When we talk about what a frustrating team the Penguins have been to watch the past couple of seasons from the offensive perspective, and we see, oh, look, they had all these shots on goal, and they actually had some from high-danger scoring areas. And they did, and everyone would still kind of shrug and wonder, what's missing? What's going on here? Well, there's never been a mystery to this. They never forced opponents to feel uncomfortable. They never caused the kind of chaos that leads to easy goals, slam dunks, rebounds, backdoors. Not everything needs to be some perfect dissecting bullet across the slot. It works just as efficiently, even more efficiently, actually, if you just get the puck there and just go. I'm not about to make any kind of, grandiose prediction here about what McGroarty can do, or for that matter, what's the next level for O'Connor. But I do know that having not one but two players who play this way is way, way better than not having any at all. When we come back, J1Q. Today's J1Q comes from Evan, who says, DK, which incumbent member of the Penguins do you feel particularly affected by the moves Kyle Dubas made this summer in terms of their role and value within the organization? Is there anyone for whom the likelihood of being traded went up significantly? Oh, Evan, if I didn't know better, I'd swear you were pressing this button on purpose. But you're going to make me say something I don't want to say. You're going to make me point out that guy is Lars Eller. I'd love for that not to be true. I'd love to have another year of covering the guy. Really enjoyed watching him play. Really enjoyed dealing with him. But when you're talking about the types of acquisitions that Dubas made, and you factor in that Kevin Hayes is coming with really just an unmovable term, even though the Blues are picking up their share of his contract. Nobody's going to want somebody who busted the way Hayes did, and especially in St. Louis. So if Hayes is your third line center, and I'm not saying that he is, mine would be Eller, and Eller goes to the fourth line, and you've got $3 million there, and he's 36 years old, and you also have this group, really a mass of players at a certain age level, like a decade younger than Eller, hopefully banging down the door for various positions that include center. You would imagine that Eller would be someone you'd consider moving if you were Dubas. But I say all of that, and I come back at you with a significant ... And that's this. Dubas did try to move Eller at the last NHL trade deadline. Couldn't find a taker. I can't imagine why, especially seeing how loose so many of the teams in the Western Conference especially were playing, and how much they could have used someone like that, but they didn't. And if they, meaning the other 31 GMs, didn't want Eller amid a really good season at age 35, why would they want him at age 36 at the same price? Other than, I guess you could make the argument that they wouldn't be on the hook for an additional season if it came to that. But I don't think that this event is nothing. I think it matters. I don't know that there's going to be another team that's going to want him at his price, and you'd be nuts to be paying somebody to take him off your hands. He's a good hockey player. He'll help you. But hey, way to go, Evan. Way to make me broach the unthinkable. I actually do appreciate the question. I'm playing with you here. I appreciate everybody listening to Daily Shot of Penguins. We're going to do another one of these tomorrow.